Cheers.
To Media Tech?
Yeah. To Ambush.
To No Shack?
And No Shack, yeah. NOCSHAQ. So No Shack, Shack is Gaëtan.
Shaquille O'Neal?
The new Shaquille O'Neal is Gaëtan. You should mention that. So No Shack. So who's the Shack then if No Shack? No Shack.
Okay.
That's gonna be a bit.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Okay, was the intro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's not over there. That's why I didn't know. Welcome. We are at Funded House Live, South by Southwest 2019. I'm John Cesaro, President of Media Tech Ventures, here with Jerome Van Herf and Fred Geroy from Lean Square in Belgium. Or actually No Shack.
No Shack.
Or the new Shaquille O'Neal, who's Gaëtan. If you're watching, this is for you.
Say hi to Gaëtan.
So we're going to talk about chocolate and beer. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show.
Pleasure.
Happy you guys are here. And so can you talk a little bit about what Lean Square is in Liège, Belgium?
Yeah, maybe you can begin.
Okay, but on the top of Lean Square we have No Shack,
Right.
which is the former Meuse Invest, which is the river in Liège, and Gaëtan, who you know is the CEO. The new Shack, because the old Shack is on now, so it's the Shack. So No Shack is a holding company, which is a big investment fund in Belgium, and Lean Square is part of it. And No Shack is a group that invests pretty much 100 million a year in project. We have 450 companies in the portfolio. We also have a real estate project, and under No Shack there's Lean Square, which is more like a pre-seed fund, more dedicated to digital companies also. And under No Shack also there's Wise Bull, which I represent also, which is a fund which will be dedicated to media, entertainment, music, tech industry also. More like global, like not just.
Yeah, you're looking for a global venture
That's what
fund,
we
because
hear, so.
we all know that when money crosses the pond, really cool stuff
Correct.
happens, right? Awesome. And can you talk a little bit, Jerome, a little bit more about Lean Square and some of the stuff that you guys do?
Yes, so Lean Square existed since like 4 years ago. Since 4 years, sorry. And we have yet invested in more than 50 startups for a total co-investment of nearly 40 million euros. With Lean Square, our objective is to, yes, invest in local startups, but in some specific sectors like music tech, media tech, and e-logistics, we also invest all over the world. So the objective is, yes, to invest in those startups, but in events like California Music Tech or WeCargo, organized with Liège Airport, is to help those startups to meet the industry. So the music industry, the media tech industry, or the e-logistic industry.
Smart money, right?
Yes.
So may I jump in?
Of course.
So to explain the big picture also, so Liège, our city in Belgium, I think you know.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you're a
That's
big
my
fan. So you come
second
back.
favorite city other than
So
Austin.
after New Jersey. So in Liège, by the way, we are also creating what we call Liège Media City. So on the top of Muse Invest No Shack, we have Lean Square, but we bought also a building which is an old post office called Grand Poste.
I love the pictures.
Have you seen it?
Of course. It's
So-
beautiful.
so-
It's like a castle.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like,
You go on Facebook, by the way.
it's like I'm just gonna have a remote office there if you're okay with that.
So just to make him happy, by the way, in the basement of that building, we'll have a brewery.
Yeah.
Microbrewery.
I'm gonna have my office needs to be by the brewery.
Perfect. You can
Obviously.
rent some space. So that big building will be a co-working space like we work, but we will try to keep all media tech industry companies there.
Yep.
Also, the University of Liège will be there for the journalism and the media school.
Perfect.
They also have a small studio, TV studio. They will have a radio, which is a real radio station called 48 FM. And there we try to bring the local newspaper, some local TV station, and also connect the dots with all the other players in the media industry in the city.
Nice.
So call that city Liège Media City also, and be an actor also in the world in that type of industry. And Gaëtan, the Shack.
The Shack.
Say hi to the Shack, where is he? Shaq is also the founder of a music festival, hip hop.
Yep.
And Black Eyed Peas will be there this year.
Oh yeah.
It's called, yeah,
Les Étangs.
yeah. And so this last time in that site, next year they moved to a bigger site.
And that's the third largest music festival in Belgium,
Yes, it's a very big one. It's 100,000 people, I think, over 3 days. They want to double the size next year, move to a new site.
right? Wow.
It's hip hop only. And during that event, that festival like here, Jerome is organizing the Wallonia Music Tech event also. So there's a big ecosystem around technology, music, media in the city, and trying to connect also with people like you and all.
And that's I think you make an important correlation there, right? It can't just be music anymore. It can't just be film. It can't just be publishing or just VR, AR, right? Because I mean, if you think about it, media in its initial inception were very distinct verticals, right?
Yeah.
It used to be just the film industry and just the music industry, and then the internet kind of screwed it all up, brought it all together,
The fang.
and then it was a race to the bottom, right? And
Until the Shaq came in.
that's right. We gotta make a shirt for California,
Yes, sure.
right? The Shaq would get
Let's do
shirt.
that.
I'll wear it the whole time. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, but the challenge has been globally, right? Is people they haven't figured it out yet, right?
Yeah.
And so you can't just be an artist anymore without understanding technology. And if you're a technologist, you need to understand the arts, right? And so
Production to play out to.
that's right. And so yeah, because the incubator that we run, right? We have 3 phases: it's marketing, it's the development, and production, right? Because those are the 3 stages in building a media company. So that's a really good way to look at it. Is everything is so interdependent nowadays, and to have a place, right, that hosts a lot of those things, there's a lot of synergy between that, and so you ultimately increase the value and the tenants, right, being there, and that's incredible. You got education in there too. That's really
The
that's the
brainstorming
university.
also,
Yeah, that's a really
the
big
university,
one.
the vendors, and also the users, and so the networks, the radio station, and also they can think together about
That's right.
the next step.
That's right, and it's a place, right? Because again, I mean, and this is why. So we're going to be developing something similar in Austin, and if you look at the WeWorks and the Galvanizes and the Impact Hubs, and those are all great places, but none of them know what the hell we do in the media industry, right? They're not built for our culture. And so, yeah, we need a green screen room, an infinity wall room, a post-production facility, a podcasting radio station, right? 360 audio design rooms, and to help create a lot more opportunity for those individuals.
And before, media was a TV station, a radio station,
That's
a
right.
newspaper, and there was a big wall in between each other.
Yeah.
And now most of them first would be one media company,
Yep.
or at least they should work together for sure.
That's right.
And they have the same challenges, the same need of technology, and how to reach the user where the user is, in what format they want, also at any time. So, and
So, talk a little bit about Wallifornia, because it's in July.
Yeah.
So it's coming up. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Me too.
And so is the
Be
Shack.
careful.
So is the
The
Shack
Shack too?
The Shack too. Well, more Les Aidants, but you know, it's okay.
you
Keep
should be
talking.
on stage.
Yeah, right.
That's wrong.
We'll get him a posse,
Yeah,
right? We'll have like
exactly.
people walk around with them.
Do you know the real Shaq? Maybe we can invite him.
I don't know him personally. I'm sure I can
He's
contact his management though. We'll put them side by side and see who's taller. So what is Wallifornia, and how do people get involved or find out about it?
Yeah, Wallifornia this year is the 3rd edition. It's like an innovation lab and summit inside the Music Festival Les Ardentes. And the objective is to connect the dots between innovation startups, the industry, and also the attendees of the festival. So what we do is to organize 2 parts, a B2B part and a B2C part. The B2B part is acceleration program, 10 days of acceleration program to help them to raise funds during Music Festival Les Ardentes. We organize ideation camps on specific topics. This year we will discuss about podcasting and gaming and music. Then we also, as we have explained, we are in the investment industry. We also organize an investor summit, so we try to connect all the investors that are interested to invest in music tech and media tech startups and discuss with them in one day on what's the future of investment in this field. Okay. We also organize a conference, a complete day with conference panels on the future of the music industry, and this year the thematic is how technologies impact live experience. And then during Music Festival des Ardentes, we organize like a demonstration, B2C startups, music tech startups that can show their products to the attendees of the festival.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that, and take note, other conferences, leveraging the live music and creating that additional experience, right? I mean, I've been to a lot of conferences and a lot of festivals, and I was there the first year you did it, and it was really well done. I was like, what? This is their first year doing it? Are you sure it's not their 10th? But yeah, it was an incredible experience, so definitely check it out. And are you doing the startup, like the showcase room again?
Yep.
Okay.
But this year we divided the B2C and B2B part, because last year in the startup garden there were some B2B startup, but the public of Les Ardentes is pretty young.
Yeah.
Okay. So this year we propose a trade show only for B2B,
Okay.
and a trade show open for all the attendees, and that's only B2C startups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So tell us a little bit more about why. So Statista put out a report, right, in 2015 that showed that 51.6% of all venture capital investments globally was because of media tech, or as we define media tech, right? I mean, it's important to know that media is, VR, AR, video games, podcasting, radio, television, marketing, advertising, news, PR. And so the challenge, at least that we've seen, is venture capital still looks at them, and when they think media, they still think news, right? Or they still think journalism or newspapers in a very archaic kind of mindset. So that's why media tech, I think, it needs to be more of an adopted word, if you will, rather than just media.
It's media and entertainment also.
Yeah,
Yes,
well, I mean, entertainment is media, right? I mean, because music is media, right? And you have a lot of aspects within entertainment that certainly, from a technology standpoint, it provides the experience, but that experience in its initial inception is media. Right. And then the entertainment is just a vehicle to, right? It's like marketing versus advertising, right? Marketing's the thing that lets you know what advertising should happen. And Liège, Belgium, when people think about media technology innovation, that's not the first city that comes to mind, but it seems like you guys got a lot going on. And so what is that kind of, how did that come to fruition for Liège over the years?
Yeah, I'm the old guys.
Yeah.
But not as old as the Shack.
Yeah. He's a bit older. So he's not born yet, but it's about Belgium also. I think Belgium was one of the first countries to be cabled, by the way.
Okay.
And that's the first thing, small country, but very high tech early on in terms of television, for example. Like Banco was one of the first companies making TV sets.
Okay.
And for example, now the biggest producers, one of the biggest manufacturers of projectors for digital cinema, it's also Banco from Belgium. Also, we had government TV station like BBC, like CBC in Canada. We have RTBF from the French side and VRT on the Flemish side. So a big lab also in terms of technology. So we were a rich country back then. The UK was a rich country. And then they invested a lot of money in the lab and developing technology. So we had a big history of developing technology for television and radio. Out of this, the schools also get in, and some companies like Banco on the side, and the company I used to work for, EVS. Actually, EVS is a Belgian company based in Liège, which is the world leader in slow motion for television, by the way. So it's a company that went public in '98, and so nobody knows it, but whatever you watch on TV, 100% of what you watch on ESPN, Fox, and all, I've been 20 years here doing that.
Wow.
So what you watch all the stadiums, the big screens, the replay device called EVS is made in Liège, Belgium.
Oh, that's incredible.
So that's also
That's a really fun fact.
So you don't know, but it's a big thing if you know broadcast, which is part of media.
Yeah.
And now of course they do more than just that. I was part of this for years. So a lot of people also get out of this, smaller companies. So and the music festival, Belgium also it's one of the most diverse countries in the world after Singapore and maybe Dubai as a country, because we have the NATO is there and we have the European Commission. And we also a lot of immigrants back then coming to work in coal mines, and also there's a huge mix of people, and that's why we have so many big festivals there, because the audience like international, even though it's a small country. So Tomorrowland, Les Ardentes, other festivals. So we have maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of the biggest world festival, music festival in Belgium also. So a lot of people were involved in somehow broadcast music and all. And Liège, because of the history, because of so EVS, because of the colleges, the people, the mindset. So it's a country thing, but Liège on the French side is the main country, the city for media / music and also.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, and then from there it was okay. Let's harness that, right, and let's put it somewhere, and then let's build it and develop it.
Yeah.
Can we give a shout out to the Belgian chocolate company really quick?
We have many.
The one that you shipped over.
Galère?
Yeah.
Which one?
Galère.
Oh,
I sent him some chocolate by the post, and it was like 2.
It was.
It was just bought by Qatari funds.
It was incredible. Oh my gosh! Like
when you were in Belgium, you tried some chocolate. It was like,
So
that's chocolate.
and beer also, by the way.
Do it in slow motion.
Maybe we can try.
And so were you so? Again, with both of your backgrounds being so much experience in especially in the media and on the investment side and innovation side, where do you see in the next 5-10 years? What are some of the big things that your firm's looking for in particular? You know, as it pertains to media and opportunities.
In terms of investment,
But also, what you're, kind of where you think a lot of the innovation, a lot of investment is going to be going towards.
It's very diverse in terms of production for sure. 5G will change a lot of stuff. I think also everything digital, but also how to reach the audience, the consumer, wherever he is, in whatever format he wants. So out of one production, you make different type of content to reach different type of people wherever they want. So I think that's one thing. 5G will change everything. Also the way you produce, also of course VR, AR. AI also, production, the way you produce also. In TV for sure you want to produce more with less, and so that's a key thing also in top production.
Just don't tell Kevin that.
Yeah, well that's what that's what he's doing right now. No, but 10 years ago you could not do what he did. And so everything is changing because of technology. So it's also technology also makes the people more creative also. So how do you produce better? How you distribute, also of course archiving, logging, and reaching people wherever they are, so on whatever format, whatever device. So, and I think that's where we're looking at. But.
And what are some things that excite you?
Beer. A lot of things beer, yeah.
Oh, well, of course, right? Yeah. We won't talk about last night. You don't need to know.
No, yes. We 2 years ago when we created California and the investment thing over music tech, I was very, very focused on music. And now I said I'm still focused on music tech, yes. But a lot of startups we have invested in, they're continuing working on music tech, but their technology is also applicable, yes, in all the sectors of the media, like gaming, esport, and so on. So I think for me, it's like you said, it's not verticals, but it's interconnected.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Well, it's media and it's also data. So if it's video, audio, and all, it's just data moving from.
Well, no, I completely agree, right? I mean, hey, we're constantly becoming a more curated environment, right? So anything that helps develop a technology that when I wake up, everything is handed to me, right?
Yeah.
Like it's anything that gets
Everything
down to
you
the
want.
single user curation,
Correct, exactly.
right? And then data, right? So that's really what the Global Media Initiative is helping solve in a big way.
You need to produce what you want and deliver it when you want, where you want.
That's right.
That's the key.
That's right. Well, and again, right, I think it's important to know that a lot of these creative class professionals that are in media tech there's not a lot of data out there, right? It's like, where do I find a 360 audio design engineer besides Kevin? Like there's not, we need an IMDb, not just for film and television, but for VR, for AR, for marketing, for podcasting, right? For news, journalism, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's why I'm really excited about the potential with the GMI, and certainly partnering with you guys on that, because it's when we can understand the who, what, where, when, why, and how for the entire creative class, the VC aside, creating more exchange programs and understanding where all of the real estate is that supports the creative culture is. If I'm a photographer and I'm in Liège, where do I go to hang out, right? I have no idea. And so it's having the ability to be able to provide that sort of granular data to people, I think is going to be really interesting. And that's where that's what we're really interested in media tech, is just data, right? It's where are all the creative professionals? What are they doing? What did they do before, right? Because if I'm a videographer, I could be in 6 different countries in one shoot, right? And then I get a job for something that's completely unrelated to where I'm at in the shoot, and I can't do it. And so it's just gig after gig after gig after gig. So yeah, no, I agree. The AI data for sure, production for sure, right? Pretty soon, Kevin's going to be able to do all this with just the phone, right? And, right, Kev? What?
It's all about the storytelling, by the way. Everything. So it's
of course.
Better story deliver. And when you talk about investment, so it's about small money, also understanding how you produce content, what kind of content, and all, and not just invest in technology, but how it's being used to produce a story. I think that's the key, also.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, this has been a pleasure. Again, Funded House Live, South by Southwest 2019. Jerome Van Herf and Fred Garoy from Lean Square and No Shack, also the New Caton.
No Shack is the new Shack.
That's right. That's right. Thank you guys so much. This has been a real pleasure. I'll see you obviously in Belgium in July.
Yep.
And come to California. It's going to be a blast.
Thank you for having us. Bye bye.
Cheers.